Welcome back, everyone, to Amplify Your Legacy. I'm your host, Sallana Brown, and this episode is powered by Home Club Capital, your nationwide private funding partner for your real estate investments. Learn more at homeclubcapital.com. Today, we're continuing our exploration of legacy, highlighting holistic wellness and conscious living as powerful ways to create a lasting impact. I'm beyond excited for today's guest because not only is he shining in the holistic health space, but he's also someone who's truly embodying mindful entrepreneurship and spiritual growth. Darius Banks is the founder of Illuminated Herbs. He's a certified holistic nutritional counselor and the soon-to-be host of Illuminate the Perspective podcast. We're going to discuss his journey, what sparked his passion for holistic wellness, how he's intentionally building his legacy, and how you can take practical steps to elevate your own health, your wealth, and your mindset. So whether you're taking ginger, turmeric shots to boost your immune system, or just looking for inspiration to align your life with purpose, stick with us. This conversation is going to be illuminating. Darius, my brother, welcome to the show. I'm so excited to have you here. How are you doing right now?
Yes, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here as well. I'm doing good. No complaints.
Awesome. I love your energy. You're always grounded. I've known you for a long time, and your energy is grounded yet vibrant. You're always carrying around your herbal wisdom everywhere you
Yes.
go. I know a lot of people, a lot of our listeners may be new to you and to your work. Can you give us a little bit about what you're doing with Illuminated Herbs and what inspired your start?
Okay, absolutely, absolutely. So I have a very deep background with just natural. I like to always share my ancestry. It started with my great grandparents raising us on a farm. I had privy to meet my great grandparents when they were still living, and I had a chance to actually go to the farm and pick out food and organic food and see how agriculture works, and just be around the family core. So I would say that that's a deep rooted sensation of mine as well. And to see my family come together, and we have a very big family on my grandma's side and my grandpa's side as well. And we were out there just doing natural things. I'm very grateful for that because I know a lot of people don't have a chance to meet their grandparents and
That's so true.
have that deep bloodline to where they can connect with their, ancestry. And so, of course, they have passed. So I decided to take the legacy on, right? So my mom, we all have Southern roots, should I say, if you go back far enough. Currently, I'm upcoming with my new podcast, Illuminate the Perspective. I also have a website where I sell formulas and all natural products, organic, wild crafted.
Well, I love it. I know it's important in the health and wellness space, for people to understand that healing isn't just about the symptoms. And I love that you're teaching, allowing other people to claim their health naturally.
Yes, thank you.
When we talk about health and wellness, we want to get to the root cause of our problem. And I love that all that you do focus on that approach. You're not just selling herbs or immune support. You're empowering people and you're helping them along
Yes.
their journey. With your podcast, can you tell us a little bit about what the mission is and what can people expect?
Yes, absolutely. The podcast is going to be dealing with a lot of different experienced people, should I say, how I got started, which we'll go into details into that. My health is important for me as well from where I'm at today. We'll be talking about relationships. We'll be talking about anything just to build with the community. People will be offering services, websites to look toward. I'm going to be offering different things as far as different information that I don't hear a lot in the community or here on social media right now. And just give the different brand of a perspective of coming together, uniting. One thing I don't hear a lot right now is people building. I hear people tearing each other down, and I hear women going against men and men going against women. But I believe in the divine principle of divine feminine and divine masculine. So we all need one another. So I think it's good to bring that back to the forefront in the light of unity. I think that's very important right now. So I think the channel is going to illuminate that.
That sounds really exciting. And I love the name because perspective is everything, right? So many
Yes.
people, so many entrepreneurs and business owners go through life on autopilot, but
Right.
when you shift your perspective, you shift your reality. So great
Absolutely.
name. Let's
Thank you.
rewind a bit. Every healer has a story. What is
Right.
your personal journey into holistic health? And what was the pivotal moment or experience that really made you say, this will be my path?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are very strong rooted in our family. We learned about organic food. We learned about picking your own crops. We learned how to eat natural, literally from the land. And so I had privy information on just the upbringing of doing everything from the roots from the soil. So I'm organic. It's just in my blood. And with that being said, I also have a situation with my mother when I was real young, and she unfortunately she was diagnosed with cancer, and she didn't want to take anything poisonous, any kind of radiation or chemotherapy. So she decided to do something natural. And so with that being said, we decided to look into natural remedy, and she's still living to this day. And I think at the time I was 16 years old. So with that being said, she sparked a lot of what I'm doing now today. So I'm real grateful for her. And then from that point on, I decided to, study, learn about the body, learn about the self, learn about your health and how your body works. And so I had a couple master teachers. So I'm certified through Lailo, Africa. Dahudi Mayatra, he's housed based out of California. And then Dr. Sabi was also somebody who inspired me as well. So seeing all these master teachers, just, it really helped excel me and where I'm at today. So I'm grateful.
That's wonderful. And those are great names in the health and wellness space. Wow.
Yes.
I really feel that so many people in this space come to it through their own healing journey. It's like we go through the fire first and then we turn around and help other people find their way. Those mentors and those teachers that you mentioned, and so many personal experiences that we have too really play a significant role in our path. It really goes to show that those right teachers come into our lives at the right moment and when we're ready. They say that when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And it's so much truth to that. The right teacher, the right mentor, and the right guides, they usually come at the perfect time, whether we're at a crossroad, we need answers, or, we're just ready to step into that next phase of our evolution. So that's perfect.
Right. Yes. Divine timing.
When you were transitioning into holistic health as a career, I know that wasn't easy. Were there some big challenges for you that you faced, and how did you overcome them?
Yeah, absolutely. So like I say, today I'm always going through a challenge. Every day is a challenge. But it's how you maintain your challenges and what you do to persevere. So I would say a challenge that I face and that I know a lot of people face is getting out of the norm. A lot of people are stuck in a traditional mindset, and based off of what they're taught and trained to do. Most of us are just programmed. We think we know everything that we're doing is right at this time, but it's about continuing to learn, continue to accept your mistakes. And I deal with a lot of people who just kind of accustomed to doing things a specific way, and you're just not used to being challenged or criticized. So I would say, even with all the challenges that you're faced, be open to learn, and also being open to say, you may not know this way is the right way today, or, be open enough to say, hey, I could do this a little better, or, there may be an alternative that you may be able to address or look into to help you with a problem. So I would say some of the challenges is just not being stuck into the norm and thinking that you have everything figured out, because there's a saying, it's 1,000 ways to skin a cat. So just being open, and receiving from other individuals would definitely help you, overcome some of the challenges that you face.
Yeah, that's so true. And it's true for a lot of people. A lot of our experiences are challenges. It really allow us to go down the path that we need to go down. Every lesson, every teacher is preparing us for something greater. I think the
Absolutely.
key is for us, we have to be receptive. We have to listen, we have to observe, and we have to eventually apply all of that, and
Right.
learn. Because once we're ready to receive the wisdom that we need from our ancestors, the wisdom that we need from our divine agency will certainly find its way to us. So
Absolutely.
that's so very true.
Yes.
Now that you have built Illuminated Herbs and you're launching your podcast, what's next for you? What's the big lesson? What's the big vision? What's the big step that you see yourself doing?
I would say to continue to grow into expansion. I think that I can't get comfortable and complacent in anything in life. So I would say I'm actually building a garden and developing my fruits and vegetables myself and sustaining, being self-sufficient. Um, one of the things I'm struggling with now is, not having the animals and the pets jumping over, the fence, eating all the fruit and vegetables. So that's exciting, going out there and seeing what you can do that's natural. Continuing to expand my brands. So my supplements, I want to get into extracts, which I'm already into it, but as far as just forecasting it to the public and actually shipping it out, I'm actually doing pills now. So I want to expand the different type of brands. I think there's always things going on with this world. So health is a very broad, but it's a very lucrative field to be in, because there's always something going on with sickness or, disease right now, or dis-ease in the body. So I pretty much look at that, and that's what helps me develop new formulas and new supplements to give people. It's really the call of the general public, So if there's a virus going out there, hit quote unquote, you want to take something that's antiviral to target your body and boost your immune system. So I would say to continue to expand and just not get comfortable or complacent in anything. So that's my biggest thing right now, is just to continue to grow. So that's where I'm at.
Can you give us some of the products? Tell us about some of the products that you have right now and how that help us.
So currently, I always tell people, sea moss is real good. I have a vegetable formula that I want to put into a pill. Purple sea moss, Irish moss, Conjures crispus. That's good for putting, your body into homeostasis, so where you're providing all the minerals, the 104 minerals that your body requires. I have a ginger and turmeric cold press that I cold press. I get the roots, ginger and turmeric, and I actually take a little bit of cold pressed lemon, and I create a tincture or concoction with that. It's real good. It has a lot of different
Oh, I love
benefits.
it. I've tried that.
Yes, it's strong too. So depending on,
It's really good.
the heat that you can take, it's definitely anti-inflammatory, helps you with energy, helps you with your digestive system, it helps you with inflammation. It has a bunch of benefits to it. The lemon also is a charge to you naturally. It helps alkalinize the body. I do have other things like activated charcoal, which the hospital has as well, but it's good for detoxing. And I do want to start implementing more detoxing products as well. I'm gonna be bringing.
How would people use that?
So activated charcoal will be just used straight in the water. You definitely can't drink it on its own. So it's a powder substance. You have two different type of versions. You can do coconut or you can do hardwood. I don't advocate for hardwood, but I have coconut. And it's just the burnt ashes of it. And what you do is you mix it into water, and it pretty much pulls all the toxins and it pulls any kind of poisonings out of your system. So when people have it's good for food poisoning. When you're throwing up and you have to use the restroom, that's a poisoning. When you're drunk and you drink a bunch of alcohol is just poisoning. What you do is you put it in some water, 8 ounces, you drink it, and then you also drink more water behind it to flush out your system. So that's real good for you as well.
And how often would you recommend people use that?
Depending on if you're detoxing or not. Activated charcoal is also good for heavy metal cleaning. Right now we're dealing with a bunch of aluminum and a bunch of chemtrails in the air. That's pretty much heavy metals. And it causes you to be brain fogged. It causes Alzheimer's. It causes for your brain to just, for you not to think, straight, clear. It causes you to have those foggy days where you're not, seeing clear, having the clarity that you're needed. So I would advise you, depending on how you feel, and that's based off of knowing yourself. So if you're not feeling, to par, always do a cleanse on yourself, always detox, because a lot of people don't know that just because you take a bath every day, it does not mean that your internal system doesn't need a cleanse as well. That's taking a bath. So people look, across that and they don't see that you need a internal cleanse, just like an external cleanse, not the mesoderm, ectoderm, and endoderm. You also need to do the inside of your body just as well. So that's important.
Certainly. I love that. All that good information. Thank you. I
Okay.
appreciate you sharing that with us, because it's not only about building a brand,
Right.
business, tips. Everyone can get that. This one is about health, legacy, and building our health. So
Right.
speaking of legacy, and a legacy of wellness and a legacy of health, those are the themes of this podcast. Tell me how you are intentionally building your legacy right now.
I would say by continuing to better myself. I think that with me having children, I think it's important for me to lay a foundation. It's very important for us to leave something behind and having, some type of inheritance for your kids to live off of. I think it's also important for you to build a foundation for them, so when struggle through the things that you're struggling with, they don't have to go through those same struggles. You can also have a blueprint, laid out for them to excel and start, and for you to give them something to pick up off of. So one of the things that I'm doing is having a business plan, different things, trust, open up some life insurance policies for your kids. So, at the end of the day, they don't struggle through the things that you left as a deficit to them. So I feel like a legacy is also you taking care of yourself. A lot of people don't see that, when you're gone, and behold, children, sometimes don't have both parents in the house. But when you're gone, you're causing them to struggle, and leaving a legacy is giving them something to work off of. So when you're not there, they have something that they're still using as a resource that's propelling them in their future as well. So I think it's important for us to learn from our elders and our ancestry, because we're just descendants from them, and to learn from what they did wrong, and for us to help our children and our youth to show them otherwise, and show them that we can be innovative thinkers. So that's something that they can, pass down to their children and their children, etc. So
Awesome. That's really inspiring.
yes, for sure.
Passing on a legacy is really important. I want you to give something to our listeners that's something tangible, a
Okay.
step, a tip, something practical that they can take away, that they can use to start building a legacy of health. So what's one practical action they can take right now to help them on their journey?
I would say what I've learned is people have this saying, knowledge is power. And what I've learned is knowledge is not power. It's applied knowledge is power. So when you have
Action.
all this information and this intellect in your head, it does no good. It serves no purpose until you manifest it. So action behind the knowledge is applied knowledge. And for you to actually do it. And one of the things that I learned, is to actually put action behind what you say you're going to do. We all have trials, tribulations, and challenges, but to actually do your part and actually just do the work, and without you actually, as long as you have that thought is going to continue to be there, and what you say you're going to do or want to do. But when you actually put the work behind it, I believe the same with prayer. Prayer is in vain without the work. So as long as you're continuing to have these thoughts and you're trying to manifest something, a desire, as long as it stays in your head, it's not going to serve its purpose. So to actually apply the work, the effort, and to do the put the energy behind it, that's when you'll see a result. So I would say, if anything, do it. Don't wait, don't procrastinate, do what you need to do. And that's something
Yes.
I'm learning myself.
Oh, yes, indeed. And I'm doing it the same as well. And that's powerful, honestly, because it's just the small, consistent steps that really make a big difference. It doesn't have to be something huge. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. Something small, but be consistent, right?
Absolutely.
So for everyone listening, and for those who are new to herbal healing or detoxing, what can they do to start? You said some of the products that you have. Tell us about something that you recommend that they can start today. Something on
I
their
would
your
say
website that they can go to get today.
you can visit my website. I have plenty of I'm updating my inventory as well, so I do want to add more things for people to select. I have an IG, same Illuminated Herbs on IG as well as Facebook as well. ILLUMINATED, and it's right behind me. And so Illuminated Perspective as well is upcoming. The YouTube, I'll be creating that channel very soon, so I want everybody to stay tuned. But I will say I'm not the herbalist that say, "Oh, you have to buy my products." I'm not an advocate of that. I would say do whatever you need to do to heal yourself. But absolutely come support me. I'm not gonna ever look down on myself or take an opportunity for myself, but I'm an advocate of healing, so I'm not trying to hustle anybody or get over on anybody. I'm here to make sure that you taking care of your health is a priority. That's important to me. So I would say, even if you don't get anything from me, or if you have to go to Amazon, or if you have to go to a local herb shop, start off with something that you feel you're dealing with. A lot of people are dealing with low energy. I deal with a lot of people, a lot of women dealing with cysts. I'm dealing with heavy menstrual cycles. I deal with people that's dealing with a bunch of headaches. I deal with people that has diabetes and high blood pressure. So learn your symptoms, figure out what's really bothering you every day. I deal with people with low immune systems. So you have to really assess yourself to see what you're actually dealing with, and go toward that root cause. And I would say something very simple, like somebody that's on high blood pressure. Think about the salts. Think about what type of salts you're putting into your body, because the salts is actually what's causing your blood pressure to spike. So do something that's more natural, sea salt, or something that's I'm trying to think of one. There's another alternative that I can't think off the top of my head, but you can use dose flakes. That's another one. It's not the best taste, but Himalayan salt, black sea salt, those are things, Celtic salts. Those are not going to come with that extra silicon dioxide and those extra artificial chemicals that's inside of the salts that we're eating, that's ripping up your blood vessels. That's what's causing your blood pressure to spike. So just do alternative things. Sugar, instead of eating just uh, most of us love sugar. Instead of eating cane sugar, go to coconut sugar, go to stevia, go to agave. Those are things that you can do to substitute. Go to maple syrup instead of using high fructose syrup. Go
Sure.
to something that's natural. Maple syrup won't spike and it won't cause your insulin levels to shoot up to where now you started to be heavy, lightheaded in your head and, having diabetes symptoms. So those are things to look into and just, like I said, look into alternatives so you don't put yourself in a bad situation and end up sick with a disease. So, and reach out to me. So the website is there. I do consultations as well. And I don't want to, make anybody feel stirred away from taking care of themselves. So I'm there for everybody, black, white, green, blue, red. So, everybody's involved.
Awesome. That's great. All of those tips and those alternative products are going to be really helpful. Let's talk
Yes.
about something that I know a lot of people, a lot of business owners struggle with: stress and anxiety. We're living in a time
Yes.
where so many people feel overwhelmed. So much are on our plates. What are
Yes.
some go-to herbal remedies or holistic practices you can recommend for staying grounded?
Absolutely. I would say I'm a big advocate of that because when I was young, I actually dealt with anxiety attacks. And what I'm learning about that is that, it's not just spiritual. It's not just coming from a spiritual attack, but you also need to understand that your thoughts cause you to have anxiety based off of how you feel about yourself and based off of what type of thoughts you're having. I believe in not health just being physical, but when you're having something mental draining you, that's also attacking you physically. So I would say to concentrate on positive thoughts. And when you're thinking of something that's real negative and you're thinking of something that's, um, if you're having a bad day and you keep provoking that with yourself by thinking the bad day through your head and not thinking of something positive, that causes anxiety. When you're in a toxic relationship, that causes anxiety. When you have somebody that's constantly putting you down and they're constantly telling you bad things about yourself and they're constantly attacking you, that causes anxiety. When you eat food that is, just really depriving your digestive system and it's not giving you energy, it's not giving you life. You're eating garbage, you're eating things that doesn't have life to it. When you're eating junk food that has no type of genetic makeup to it. It's literally artificial. That's why they call it artificial GMOs, genetically modified organism, because it doesn't have any life and it's not living. That causes anxiety, stress as well. So when you're dealing with stress on a day-to-day basis, you have to learn to focus, have a focused thought. So whether you're doing, meditation, where you want to go out to a beach and have some relaxation time, meditating is not just sitting down on a focused thought. It could be drawing, it could be counseling, it could be talking to somebody, it could be playing an instrument, it could be, you know, having a good time going to an arcade. Whatever helps you develop peace in your life is meditation. So I would always advise people to have something positive, like a positive outlook and a positive outlet for themselves. There's some different herbs that you could take, of course, that I'll share with, anybody for free. Passion flower is real good to help relax you. It's real good to take before bedtime. These are going to be good based off of bedtime because a lot of people don't know you can't, just combine herbs and then think that it's going to, be good for your health. You have to know in combination what type of herbs you're taking and what type of day. So passion flower will be good toward the nighttime because you don't want to take it early in the morning because then you'll be a little drowsy. Not saying that it has drowsiness to it, but it's a downer. So it helps you relax. It's a relaxing herb. Passion flower, holy basil. That's good for stress as well. It also helps you with, your memory as well, cognitive function. Helps you with
Okay.
your nerves. Another one would be lemon balm. Lemon balm is also
I
good
like that
for
one.
relaxing you and helping you, sleep. These herbs, valerian root's good for sleeping deprivation. So a lot of people don't sleep because we're also exposed to blue light that comes from the television. Blue light comes from, I got blue light glasses on. I know people looking at me like, why you got glasses? No, my eyes are good. It's just blue light because I'm looking at a screen.
Great.
Also, we use our cell phones during late at night. So because we look at our phones, that we're looking at blue light, that also plays a role on our circadian rhythm, and it keeps us awake because we need the melatonin, not the serotonin. And so the blue light throws off our circadian rhythm as well. So these herbs, valerian root, holy basil, passion flower, it's all good to take before you go to sleep, and it also will help give you a better sleep cycle and a sleep pattern. So those are some of the things that I can, recommend for people to look into.
Well, those are great. All of those stress management techniques and products, those herbs, I love them. Because the truth is, self-care, it isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. We live in a world that
Yes,
glorifies
absolutely.
hustle and productivity, but without taking care of ourselves physically, mentally, and spiritually, we can't show up for our purpose, for our loved ones, for our legacy. So I really love all of the tips, the good advice that you're giving.
Oh
So
yeah,
Darius,
absolutely.
this has been such an eye-opening and empowering conversation. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom, your story, and your light with us. For anyone who wants to connect with you, work with you, or stay updated on your podcast, we'll definitely add all of your contact information in the show notes.
You can follow me on Instagram as well as Facebook. I'm going to have a TikTok very soon with Illuminated Perspective as well. So TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook as well. And we're going to be going over a bunch of knowledge, wisdom, health, wealth, and self. We're just going to go in, we're going to illuminate the planet and continue to do our jobs to empower the people that we're around and show light and share light everywhere we go. So look forward to that. Please follow me. If you have any questions, reach out. And I appreciate you for having me as well, beloved. And I appreciate coming on your podcast, sharing, my time and energy with everybody. So
Thank you. And for everyone listening, if this conversation resonated with you, make sure you check out Illuminated Herbs. Stay tuned for all that he has coming and share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, this episode is powered by Home Club Capital, your nationwide private funding partner for real estate investments. Visit homeclubcapital.com to learn more. Until next time, keep shining, keep growing, and may the path before you remain illuminated. Bye-bye for now.